Welcome to Module 3.1, State in React Components. In React, state is a critical concept that allows components to manage and store data that can change over time. This data can be dynamic and responsive to user interactions, making your application more interactive and data-driven. 1. What is state? State in React represents data that can change within a component. It's a JavaScript object that holds dynamic information and is used to determine what gets rendered in the user interface. State can be thought of as the component's memory, where it stores values that need to be remembered and potentially updated during the component's lifetime. 2. Setting initial state. In class components, you set the initial state in the constructor. Here's an example. Class counter extends React component constructor props super props. This state equals count 0 in functional components. You can use the useState hook to set the initial state. For example, import React useState from React. Function counter const count set count equals useState 0. 3. Updating state. State is meant to be updated during the component's lifecycle. You use the setState method in class components to update state. This .setStateCount, this .state.count plus 1 in functional components. You use the state updater function returned by useState to update state. Const count set count equals useState 0. Set count count plus 1. 4. Re-rendering on state change. When state changes, React automatically re-renders the component to reflect the new state. This is a fundamental concept in React and ensures that the UI is always in sync with the data. 5. Handling user interactions. State is often used to manage and respond to user interactions, such as button clicks, form input changes, and more. When a user interacts with your application, the component's state can change, leading to a re-render of the component. 6. State and functional components. With React hooks, functional components can also manage state effectively using the useState hook. This has made it possible for functional components to have the same state management capabilities as class components. 7. Lifting state up. In React, you can lift state up to a common ancestor when multiple components need to share and synchronize the same state. This is a crucial pattern when building more complex applications. 8. Best practices. When working with state in React components, it's essential to follow best practices to ensure that your components are well organized, efficient, and maintainable. This includes avoiding direct state mutations, using the setState function correctly, and organizing your state updates appropriately. Understanding state in React components is vital for creating interactive and dynamic user interfaces. It allows your components to respond to user interactions, making your application more responsive and engaging. Whether you're working with class components or functional components using hooks, state management is a core concept in React development.